and welcome back to another Queer Cyclist London video. You join me today on the single speed. This also happens to be my first ride of the week. There's a lot to fill you in on. Let's go for a ride. If you tuned into last week's video, you'd have seen me talking about all my grand plans I had for training this week, and none of them have happened. If you tuned in 2 videos ago, you'd know that I'm actually currently technically on sick leave, and this week my body reminded me why we are on sick leave. And this is the first day that I have actually properly got out of bed, let alone got on a bike. So yeah, from a training perspective, this week's not been great, and I don't really feel quite up to going for a proper bike ride. So I have got the single speed out, and I am literally just riding around the village and enjoying a nice sunny, a bit windy day. So yeah, ostensibly this is pretty rubbish, but this has also given me an idea. Obviously, when you're on a single speed bike, you're working harder than if you've got gears because, well, you can't just shift down when you hit a hill. So I'm wondering, if I incorporate some single speed riding into my training, will that help? Obviously, it can't make up for an entire week of training, but if I incorporate it into the following, what will we now be, 12 weeks, will it help? Let's see. I've just made it out of the first big hill out of our house. I don't know what the average gradient is, but I know that it peaks at like 7%, so trust a single speed, doing me good. I used to ride this bike all the time when I was living in central London. I actually don't know what the gearing ratio is. I can't remember off the top of my head. This bike is 7 years old. But it was perfect for riding around central London, so quite curious to see how she'll do out in the country lanes. I think we can agree that she is a thing of great beauty. Such a classic style, such a smooth ride. Okay, back home, and I've been out for the grand total of 33 minutes. But good news is I don't feel worse than I started. And if anything, maybe I feel a little bit better. Okay, let's get the bike inside and have a chat about what all of this means for the event. So what does all of this mean? And by the way, if you can hear a background noise, it's the cat. Good girlies. So yeah, what does all of this mean for the Audax, for the training, for the next 12 weeks? Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried. And I think the thing that worries me is I think the success of whether you finish this event is based not on the training that you do closer to it, but actually the foundation that you build right at the beginning. So if anything, this is probably the most important point of the training. But on the other hand, there's not really any point in worrying about it because I can't change it. And it's not like I just had a week of going, oh well, I don't really fancy it and I couldn't be bothered. I was ill and I can't change that, so I'm just going to have to accept it. So in terms of what this means for the next 12 weeks, I think this week we tried to do what we did, not last week, but the week before, so the first week of training. Try to aim for similar numbers, similar time in the saddle. If you feel good, and the weather's going to be quite good this week, which will help as well. If we feel good, we push on. If we don't, we don't. And then we sort of use this as a bit of a test week to see how much better I am. And then we try again next week. I kind of think that there's something in this idea of doing just a little bit of like building in some single speed riding as well. It's not hugely flat around here, so I think that will be a good opportunity to get a little bit stronger as well. But yeah, we're kind of into the unknown a little bit earlier than I wanted to be. But I guess if we learn anything from this week, it's that you can influence your body by putting the right stuff in it, recovering appropriately, but you ultimately can't control it. So we're kind of just going to see what happens. So yeah, I feel like this video is just a bit of a kind of nothingness, just an update. So what I am going to do is I'm going to also release this week the cafe review video that I made of Hoxton Bakehouse. I'm going to release that video this week as well. I don't know if we're going to make it to a cafe this week, but we're going to try. So yeah, stay tuned for cafe content and probably some more riding content. I filmed not last week, the week before. I filmed some footage, but I didn't quite put it into the video, so maybe I'll release that as well. Who knows? But yeah, look, if you are watching these videos and you're following the journey, thank you very much. This is all ultimately for a good cause, for the New Normal charity. So link to the charity in the description, and also link to the Just Giving page as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope we'll see you in the next one. I'll see you out on the road.